Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Micah and today we are going to be talking about, oh yes, newly released eyeshadow palette releases. Yay! This will be the October edition because so many brands are releasing eyeshadows and I just think I can talk about it again. But this will be an edition where we don't only have eyeshadow palettes. Ooh, because there are a few products that have piqued my interest that fall outside of that category, and that doesn't happen a whole lot, so I figured I would chuck them in here as well. And let's just kick off with that straight away. I've got everything saved to my phone, so if you see me looking down, that's why. And the first thing that I'm definitely interested in is the Hourglass limited edition Ghost palette, and then the big one with the 6 pans. I've been lusting after an Hourglass palette like this ever since I first started doing them, but I always sort of missed out on them because they're quite expensive, and for me to get them I can only order Hourglass online. But now that I'm traveling to the US where they have Sephora which stocks Hourglass, I think I will first go into the store to see if I actually like it, because it looks stunning in the actual picture. But yeah, I'm not really sure whether it's for me. I don't use my face palettes a whole lot, but I really love Hourglass powder products, so this would be a nice way to try a couple of other products by them, I think. So yeah, the Hourglass Ghost limited edition 6-pan palette is definitely on my wish list to look out for when I'm in New York. Let's also talk about the other product then straight away that I'm intrigued by, and that is the new Colourpop Tinted Moisturizer, the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I love a lightweight base, and I'm currently actually wearing the Colourpop No Filter foundation. I wasn't a huge fan of their concealer. The foundation seems to be doing pretty okay on me, but I just love a good lightweight texture, and this is still very matte, but especially for the winter time, I love something that's a little bit more moisturizing, a bit more glowy as well. So this is definitely a product that at some point in time I might want to get that. Not definitely on my wish list for any time soon, but it's definitely intrigued me. But there are other foundations on my wish list for New York that I may want to try first. I just finished trying out 2 brand new foundations that just launched, so I'm only one human being and I can only try out so much. So this is definitely one that I want to sort of put on my long-standing wish list, you could say. Also not eyeshadow, but something that I'm intrigued by are the newly released loose highlighters by Coty. In their Airspawn range, they now have 3 loose highlighters, and I think they look stunning. I've never tried loose highlighter, I think, before. So if I were to spot these in a US drugstore, then I would definitely pick one up. But if I can't find it, I mean, I wouldn't be too fussed about it. It's nice to have, but it's not like, ooh, I need to get this straight away. Now, everything else that I saved again is eyeshadow palettes. And let's just start with a bit of Makeup Revolution again. Their I Heart Revolution range is coming out with 3 new palettes: a popcorn palette, a hot dog palette, and a coffee palette. You know how I feel about these palettes by now. I decluttered most of the ones that I already owned, and I plan on, when I'm decluttering again, that I'm going to get rid of even more, because what I feel these palettes just suffer from is a lot of neutrals with a few pops of colors, and the pops of color is what draws you in, but then in the end I just feel that I'm just not enticed to use these in my day-to-day life. I love trying them out for reviews, and the quality is usually pretty okay. Like, it's really not bad quality shadow. It's just I have so many other palettes that I love so much more that these always get put on the back burner for me. And to be quite honest, the coffee palette is quite up my street with like those little peaches, and it's warm but not like super orange. But the other 2 just seem a bit bland. So not really something that I would like to get. Now, I believe this has already sold out, but I hadn't talked about it yet, so I still want to talk about it. Madonna and Too Faced are doing like a joint collection. I think, like I said, it's already sold out as far as I know, but these just, no. I'm pretty sure that if you want to have very neutral eyes, then that's fine. Or if you're like a huge Madonna fan, again, fine. But this just offers nothing special to me. And then Anastasia, and some people are jokingly saying now, is Anastasia becoming the new Colourpop, or what's going on? Because in my previous video I talked about the Norvina Volume 1, but they've already released Volume 2 and 3. Volume 2 is like greens and blues and a couple of purples. That looks really stunning. And the Volume 3, which funnily enough, when I look at the colors that are in each one, this one draws me in the most. But this is very warm toned. It has oranges and pinks and like rich plums. But it also seems to have some like tealy blues, and I love those. So this is definitely a palette that, if I see this in real life, it may intrigue me. But the issue I have with these palettes is that they're just too big. I believe it's 25 shades. And I'm currently using, if you're wondering what's on my eyes right now, it's the Jawbreaker Palette by Jeffree. And that's 24 shades, and I find myself struggling to make combinations because I just get too overwhelmed if there are that many shades in a palette. And I also feel that perhaps some of these palettes or some of these shades are going to look quite samey once you put them in an eye look. So I don't think that I'm really going to be buying these, but it could very well be that I get sucked in once I see these in real life. When everyone thought Colourpop was no longer going to be releasing any more monochromatic eyeshadow palettes, they came out with the Lilac Palette. So I believe it's called Lilac You a Lot. And this is really, really pretty. It's very pastel-y. And I've said this before, I'm definitely waiting for like a Black Friday deal to hopefully then pick up all of the monochromatic palettes in one go. But yeah, they keep releasing one a month, it seems. So that's going to be a pricey haul, but yeah, they're not too expensive. So I think we'll be good. Strobe Cosmetics is coming out with a new palette as well. I believe they are also rebranding and renaming themselves, but they're coming out with the Arcana Palette. And this looks really stunning, actually. It has a couple of really interesting shades. And I just tried the Strobe Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette, and I was really, really impressed by the quality of that palette. So this is definitely one, again, something to put on a wish list, but not something I'm going to rush out and buy. I'm not sure if this is out yet. But yeah, this is definitely something that intrigues me a lot. Very smoky, sultry eyes, I think. Then another indie palette that sort of drew my attention is the Python palette by Klarity Cosmetics. Now, I've never heard of this brand before. I've never tried anything by them. These swatches look really nice. Seems to have a couple of mattes and a couple of shimmers. And it has like this snake sort of inspired theme to it. But I think that these shades look really stunning. And yeah, if those shades perform the way they do in the swatches that I found online, I would be very happy. An indie brand that I'm also very interested in right now is Luxe Beauty. I definitely tried a couple of indie brands over the summer, and I'm now sort of like thinking of branching out, or what are some other brands that I might want to get into. And I think that Luxe Beauty may be a really good one. They've come out with some new single shadows, and the only pictures I've seen are like sort of like not even real pans, but it looks to be super bright and super fun shades. So I definitely want to check out, I think, Luxe Beauty next. If I look into like buying another like set of singles, then that's definitely a brand I would look in. Kat Von D is coming out with something new as well, the Lolita Por Vida, which is not up my street. I'm currently not really into Kat Von D. Like, I'm not really digging what she's putting out there. It sort of feels like everything is a bit late to the party. This seems to be a palette with some pressed glitters, which great, but everything else just looks a bit bland and a bit neutral. And as you can tell from this eye look today, I'm currently not really into trying that sort of thing. I have the neutral palettes that I love, and those are the ones I stick to, so this doesn't really float my boat. Something I've already purchased. Essence has come out with a new collection, the Disney Princess collection, which I've been trying to find information on this, but I think it's a German-only release. So you're only able to get these palettes in Germany, and whenever I well, I've seen websites in Ireland and Spain talking about it as well, but it's super vague because I can't figure out when this is going to be released. The Essence website, where they list all the limited editions, hasn't been updated for the Netherlands since July. So I have no clue whether these are coming. And I was like, these look stunning. So I went onto a German website, and I'm now currently having 3 of these palettes shipped to a friend in Germany so she can send them to me. So I picked up the Ariel, the Belle, and the Jasmine. The Tiana palette was sadly already sold out, but that's also the color scheme that I'm into the least. So I'm pretty sure that I have a couple of good ones here. The Ariel and Jasmine are definitely 2 that have me excited, and this just looks stunning. It also comes with brushes and 2 face palettes, but I have plenty of brushes that I like, and I don't really dig face palettes all that much, so that's why I'm passing up on those. Makeup Revolution, like every year, has a advent calendar already out that you can purchase. I'm not really into advent calendars, to be quite honest. I've bought a couple in the past, but I always end up with an overflow of products that I then struggle to use. So very often the advent calendars, I've just decided to sort of pass up on those, because it's just, even like the ones by the Body Shop, those look stunning every year, but I always would end up with products that I would never use, so that's why I would definitely pass up on it. Then I found this on Trendmood, again, a brand I hadn't heard of much, but the Carib Beauty eyeshadow palettes. It's like a whole range. I'm not sure which one is even which, but they look really nice, but again, they're super big. They're like 35 pans, and I just told you that I don't like really large palettes, so I'm going to pass up on those. Then we have a sneak peek from Juvia's Place, which I haven't seen anything else being released about, so I have no clue what this is going to be. But the Wahala palette, I think they are sort of teasing. I'm not even sure if it is a palette. It looks like it is, but it's launching in November. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a bit behind on Juvia's Place releases, because both the Warrior 3 and the Nomad palette I would like to get, but yeah, I haven't picked up those yet because I'm traveling to New York and I want to make sure I have some budget. So this may be something again that I get later. I'm usually not someone who gets things straight away. Midas Cosmetics has come out with a coffee collection, and it's 4 palettes of 4 pans, I believe. These look nice, but to be quite honest, I think one of them has a lot of shades that are very similar, and the other shades I think I already have in my collection. But Midas Cosmetics is another indie brand that has definitely intrigued me. Oh, I completely forgot I had saved these as well. So another non-eyeshadow palette release. This is not new by any means, but I think that I'm going to pick myself up a Huda Beauty lipstick while I'm in New York, trying to see which one. I found a picture and it seemed to have a couple of really nice bright poppy pinks, and I love those for the fall and winter time, you guys. It's like a bright option in the colder weather. I really like a good like magenta berry sort of, but like super bright, almost neon shade. So if these look really nice in real life, I may pick one up. Pat McGrath has come out with a Christmas collection, and oh boy, am I hoping that these are still available by the time I get myself to a Sephora in the US, because there are 2 4-pan palettes and they retail for $65, I think, $65. And especially that Nocturnal Nirvana with the gold and the blue and like this shifty shade. And that purple, like that's completely up my street. This is the first time that I've seen a Pat McGrath palette and I go like, I need you. Of course, I have no clue what the quality is like because I've never tried Pat McGrath before, and it's super pricey, but still this is about half of what her larger palettes retail for, and it's really those 4 shades on the end that always suck me in and go like, ooh, that's a nice palette, but then I look at the other 6 shades and I'm like, why would I pick you up and pay so much money for it? So if I can pick up a 4-pan palette that has just those 4 stunning shades in 4 shades that I really like, you catch my drift? Only if it's still in stock, then I might pick something like this up, but I don't think so, because these might sell out real quickly. I have no clue, but I'll figure it out when I'm traveling. BH Cosmetics is coming out with a new collab with a German YouTuber, apparently. And it's called the 1991 palette, I think. This looks pretty. It has a full row of shimmers and then a full row of mattes. The shimmers look really nice. The mattes, I think I have about 1,000,000 times over in my collection, so I'm gonna pass up on that. Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with a collab with Balmain, or Balmain. Balmain. I think you need to say it in French. And my French isn't the best. I've said this before as well. Kylie Cosmetics just... Nope. It doesn't intrigue me. This doesn't intrigue me either. Yeah, no. I'd rather get a Juvia's Place palette. Makeup Revolution has also come out with some new palettes again. The Allure and the Utopia. The Allure is like berries and browns, which is sort of like modern renaissance. It looks to be inspired by the Huda Beauty New Nudes, I think. It definitely looks a bit like it. The Euphoria has some brighter pops of color, but again, I've heard people raving about this and that it has super great quality and that it has like really, really nice blendability and pigmentation and all that. It's just, I don't think I would use this in the end, you know? So, it does have a nice teal, it seems. You know how I feel about teal. I love a good teal eyeshadow. But yeah, this is not something that I'm really interested in. Another palette that has been teased, a sneak peek, is the Street Taco Palette by Glam. I really don't get all the food-related palettes. No, just no. Blush Tribe has announced a new palette as well, and this is one that they created for like bridal makeup. This is the Huria, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I say it wrong. Palette, and this is... Yes, for bridal, I think it can work. But again, I feel I have these shades already, so it's not necessary. And then last night, as I came home from work, I spotted that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are coming out with a collection, something with pigs. I don't think I will purchase that. It seems funny, but it's a bit of a gimmick, really. And then Essence has been teasing a new palette as well, because they are coming out with a fall collection. And I have already found out that this collection is coming to the Netherlands. And they're coming up with the Spice It Up eyeshadow palette. This should be available from mid-October over here, I believe. And it seems to have some really nice warm tones. Very in line with like fall weather. And I like how in this picture they have, I think, like some like dried currants or coffee beans, and then like curry powder, and they also have like some peppers. So that was definitely their inspiration for this palette, and I definitely think that the shades match those kind of tones very well. But I already have 1,000,000 warm tone palettes, and yeah, no can do. So those were all of the palettes and other makeup products that intrigued me, that I sort of picked up on, that I thought I would want to talk about in this video. I think that out of everything, the thing that intrigues me the most is probably that Python palette. So I will definitely have to figure out whether that brand even ships to the Netherlands, because that may be an issue. And just overall, I think like I have those Essence palettes already coming my way. Those loose highlighters definitely are intriguing. The Hourglass palette is intriguing. The Mcgrath palette is intriguing, and the Huda Beauty lipsticks. So, but yeah, I will have to see what I pick up when I'm in New York. At maybe a bougie sort of trip. But yeah, I'm definitely going to sort of like go around to a few Sephora's when I'm in New York and try a couple of things out and then decide what I want to buy. It's definitely going to be a bit of an expensive trip. I already bought tickets to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. So that's already one thing that's planned. Yay! So yeah, that's it for me for right now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I would love to have you here. I make new videos 3 times a week, and my next one is coming up in a couple of days. So stay tuned. Bye!